Hi, my name is Amrita Grace, and welcome to the Breast Cancer Mystery School. Today I'm going to speak about the type of reconstructive surgery that I'm going to be having immediately following my double mastectomy. It was introduced to me as an autologous reconstruction, but there's actually a more common name for it. It's called the DIEP Flap reconstruction. DIEP is D-I-E-P, and it stands for Deep Inferior Epigastric Perforators. Deep Inferior Epigastric Perforators. Try saying that one fast a few times. That's a really fancy name for blood vessels, and it refers to the blood vessels that are in the abdominal tissue. So essentially, a way to say it in layman's terms is that the plastic surgeon will be collecting my belly fat along with some blood vessels, and will be using that tissue, which is what is known as the flap, to reconstruct my breasts. So in essence, I kind of get a nice little tummy tuck along the way here, which isn't such a bad thing. I wasn't really feeling a need for that, but I'll take it. A lot of people have not heard of this surgery, this reconstructive surgery, and as it turns out, only a small percentage of women opt for this type of surgery. But as soon as I heard about it, I knew it was for me. I didn't really want implants, and this is a great option, using my own body's tissues to reconstruct my breasts. Part of the reason that a lot of women don't choose this surgery, and that it's not really common, it's not because it's new. It's been around for actually quite some time. But the fact is, it's a very complex surgery, and because there are incisions not just at the breast site but also at the belly site, the recovery times are longer, and of course there's the whole recovery in more than one surgical site to be considered. Having been through 2 prior abdominal surgeries in my early 20s, I have a pretty good idea of what it entails for just that aspect. So it can be really fairly daunting to face a surgery like this. But honestly, for me, it's just the right thing. I get to kind of just take care of it all at once, which I'm really excited about. One of my options was that I could have had that double mastectomy and waited several months for reconstruction. And honestly, that part for me was what was daunting. I couldn't face the idea of not having breasts for months on end. So I'm choosing to have it all done at once, and to really, this ties into my previous video about needing to have this, go through this experience. Essentially, I know that I need to be kind of taken down, if you will, in a recovery place where there is nothing that I need to do. I don't need to do anything for myself. I get to surrender and allow myself to be cared for. This has been one of the most difficult and challenging things in my entire life, is to allow myself to be taken care of. And part of that's because of my particular childhood issues and feeling a need to control my circumstances, my surroundings, my environment, and the people around me. And by doing everything and being a perfectionist, that has accomplished that for me. But even as I healed those issues, I have still found it difficult and challenging to allow others to do things for me. So I get to have that full-on experience of being cared for by my husband, Apollo, who will provide financially for me during this time of recovery, lifting from me any economic need to accomplish or to provide for myself or for us. This will be a brand new experience for me. And also, I have delivered myself into the loving and tender care of my in-laws, having traveled from Maui to Minneapolis to stay along with Apollo in their home, and they have opened their arms and welcomed me so warmly to be here for as long as we need to be. Rather than staying home and trying to do for myself, probably getting up much too soon and much too early and being very independent, this is really an exercise in surrender for me. And it's exactly what I need to do. So I'm feeling very grateful right now to all of the support and assistance that I have in my life that is allowing this opportunity for me to surrender into this kind of intense surgery and reconstruction and recovery. I'm also just really excited to be in a city right now. Not something I'm usually very excited about, but right now I'm very excited about it because there is a wonderful breast center here in Minneapolis. It's called the Virginia Piper Breast Center. And while I was in Maui getting my diagnosis and testing, I was dealing with 3 different medical organizations and several different departments within each of those organizations, and felt a little spread out with all of it. And I'm really looking forward to being taken care of in one center that handles everything. And I also am feeling the level of care and service that the breast center is providing. They come highly recommended, and I've had some dealings with them on the phone. I haven't actually met with my surgeons yet, but I will be doing that in about a week's time. And I'm really appreciating that such a place exists that is devoted to the care of women who've been diagnosed with breast cancer. What I'm also excited about is that I'll be having a full-on second opinion. So although surgery is scheduled and all of this is in motion, I will have a whole other sets of eyes looking at all of my medical tests. And I really value that as well. I would not have pursued that had I stayed in Maui. I would have just gone along with the program. Options are limited in Maui, of course, one of the prices we pay for our little paradise. So I'm feeling very grateful to be cared for in this way by the medical establishment, by my husband's parents, by my husband, and by my own family members, my own immediate family members, and my huge support system of friends and beloved ones in my life. And not to mention the ones that I know personally, but also so many people that I've never even met before who are wishing me well from around the world. I am very much receiving every single blessing that is being delivered on every level, including and especially energetically to me. I'm receiving them all, I'm allowing them to wash over me, and I'm taking them in and allowing them to be the healing blessings that they are intended to be. And I'm grateful for every one of them. I'm excited that you are taking this journey with me as well. And if you want to continue to be informed about my updates by video blog, which is my current preferred method of delivering information, please follow my blog if you haven't already. And you can do that very easily from this page. And you will be notified each time there's an update. So for the next 2 weeks or so, I will continue to speak about these things. And then once I'm in a recovered enough place after the surgery, I'll pick up the blogs again and let you know how things are going. I know that I have a unique view and perspective on breast cancer and seeing it as a mystery school. And I think that, as it turns out, I have a lot to say about that. I never would have guessed, being a writer rather than a talker. But as it turns out, I have quite a lot to say, and I'm going to continue to say it. I've also gotten tremendous encouragement from people who are appreciating what I have to say. So keep making comments below the blog as you feel inspired, and I'll continue to make the video blogs as long as they are helpful and informative and appreciated by people. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Breast Cancer Mystery School, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.